Good afternoon, girls and boys. It's Julie coming to you from the Amherst branch of the Cumberland Public Libraries, and I'm about to show you my favorite of all of our March break activities. This is our family game bag, and it's going to come in one of our Cumberland Public Libraries bags. And I've just spread everything out here so you guys are going to see what's in it, and I'm going to explain to you how some of the stuff works. Some of it's pretty easy. We have a checkerboard, and we have some checkers, and we have an instruction sheet. Now, some of them are going to be two separate sheets. Some of them are going to be a back and a front. This one is a back and a front, and it's got instructions on how to set up your games and how to play some different card games, and for like our tic-tac-toe and our checkers. So as you'll see, these are not actual checkers, they're bingo chips, but I needed something smaller so they would fit on our checkerboard. So that's what we're using for that. We also have a tic-tac-toe game. And I really like this one because it's quick and easy and it fits in a bag, and you don't need a pen and pencil for this. If you've played this with the adults in your home before, you've probably drawn a grid and then drawn X's and O's with a pen and pencil. Well, I've made one that you can use over and over and over again. And the really cool thing about these is Greg used our 3D printer, and he made some, oh, those ones are stuck together, let me get another one. He made some X's and O's. So you don't need a paper and pen for this one. You've got 4 of these tongue twisters. You're going to make a grid. You'll put one down there, one there, one there, and then one there. And then one person's going to take the X's and one person's going to take the O's. And the whole idea of this game is to get 3 in a row. Now, if you saw our snowman video, Holly and I played tic-tac-toe with our snowman stones. But what these ones have is the X and the O. And everyone's going to take turns. You've got 5 X's and 5 O's. And you will take turns placing all of your letters in a line and see if you can get 3 across, 3 up and down, or 3 diagonal. And you can play this game as many times as you want, and when you're finished with it, you just tuck it right back into the bag until you're ready to play with it again. So that's checkers and tic-tac-toe. What else do we have here? We've got, oh, let's passing that up. We have Yahtzee. And I'm sure that many of you have probably played Yahtzee before. Excuse me, there's 5 dice in here, and you're going to use these dice for this Yahtzee game, and you're also going to use the dice for our Rainbows and Rain game that I'm going to explain in a minute. For Yahtzee, you have 3 turns. You roll all 5 dice. You look at them and say, oh, I've got 3 threes, so I'm going to keep those 3s, and then you can roll the other 2 dice 2 more times. You can have 3 rolls each turn, and then you're going to add them in your column here. If you're a little bit younger, you'll need to have some help from the adults in your home to figure out where they go, and then you're going to add up your score and see who wins. So there are 5 dice, and there's some Yahtzee sheets in there. Another thing we have is Uno. And I bet you some of you have played Uno before. If the children haven't played Uno, I bet you some of the adults in your home have played it. It's an awesome game. And the instructions for the Uno game are inside the box. I also included 2 decks of cards. Now, why would I include 2 decks of cards? Because most of the games you play only require 1 deck. We've got games on here like 7-Up and War and Crazy Eights and Go Fish and Old Maid, and you really only need 1 deck of cards for that. But I included 2 because along with the games that you might play with a regular deck, I've also included our game called Stick Rummy. And usually this game is played, all of these things are listed here, and what it says is you cut out all the slips, and there's different words on them. Some say free, some say run of 6 and 3 aces, or 4 6s and 4 7s, or a run of 4 and a set of 3. So you're going to cut all these slips and put them into a bag or a bowl or something. Take out one at a time and see if you can match that set. If you need 3 sets of 3, you might have 3 9s in your hand, you might have 3 4s or 3 8s, and you can play all of those cards down. The directions are here for you to read, and the best thing about this game is the twos are wild. Now, the reason I've included 2 decks is because you're going to start off with 13 cards, so that means you're going to need 2 decks of cards. So all of the twos and all of the jokers in this deck are wild, and you can use them for anything to help you complete your sets. And when you complete your set, before the next person goes out, then you get to choose a different stick or a different strip and keep on going. So all of the instructions are here. And if you have any questions, you can call me and ask me, and I can walk you through that. So the next game we have is Family Charades. Has anybody ever played charades before? You have. It's lots of fun. This is where you get to act really silly and try and make people understand what you're acting out. Like we have flying a kite, or doing a somersault, or a baby bottle, or a whoopee cushion. How would you act out a whoopee cushion? This could be lots of fun. Now, the neat thing about charades is you can't talk. All you can do is show your actions to see if you can make the members on your team guess what you're doing. So for this one, it says, cut out each charade slip and place in a bowl. One person takes a slip and acts out while the others guess what it is. The person who guesses correctly gets to choose the next slip and see if they can act it out as well. So that's our Family Charades. The other game we can do is called Pictionary. And this is the same kind of idea as that, but instead of acting these out, on these ones, you're going to draw them. Pictionary means a word and a picture together, like dictionary and picture. So this says a ball. So you would take a pen and a paper, or a pencil or a marker or a crayon and a piece of paper, and you would draw a ball. Now for this one, it says cut out each of the slips and place them in a bowl. Divide into 2 teams, because for this one, you're going to want somebody who's doing the drawing and somebody who's doing the guessing. So one person chooses a slip and draws for their team. They have 1 minute to guess correctly what you're drawing. You score 1 point for each correct guess, and then the other team takes a turn, and the first team to win 10 correct guesses is the winner. Or you could make it 20 or whatever. There's lots of different options here. So you're just going to cut them out individually, put them in a bowl, reach into the bowl, and then it says, turtle. How can I draw a turtle? So then you use your imagination and your pen and paper and you draw what it says there. If you need some help to read, you can ask an adult on your team to help you see what that word is. And our last game is really cool. This one is called Rainbows and Rain. And it is actually just like Snakes and Ladders. I bet you many of you have played the game Snakes and Ladders, haven't you? I see you nodding your head. So this is just as quick and easy like that one. For this one, instead of having snakes where you fall down the snakes, you're going to fall down the rain clouds, and you don't have ladders to climb up. So you're going to go over the rainbows. So what you're going to do when you get this kit at home is you're going to cut out the board on that black line. You're going to cut out each of these rainbows. And if you look on the board, there's little black slots. So you're going to ask an adult to help you cut out the slots, and then you find out which rainbow fits. And the rainbows are going to go up like this. They're not going to fit flat on the board. They're going to be 3D. So when your board is down like this, your rainbows are actually going to stick up like a rainbow. It has that nice arc to it, so you're going to see them. And this game board came with 3 different player pieces, but I thought instead of using those, I found these adorable little penguins. So we're going to have the penguins go over the rainbow and down the rain cloud. So you're going to need 1 dice out of your Yahtzee game, and everyone's going to take turns. You're going to roll the dice, and if it says 3, you're going to start at the bottom and you're going to go 1, 2, 3. If you land on a spot that has the bottom of a rainbow, you're going to slide over the rainbow and land on that spot. But when you're counting, if you land on a spot like this one, if you land on spot number 21 and you have a rain cloud, you're going to slide down the rainbow and you're going to start again. So this one is going to start at number 1, and the first person to get up to number 31 is going to win the game. And you can take turns choosing different colors. But this is so much fun. I like Snakes and Ladders. This is an awesome game. And you can use the decks of cards to play 7-Up or War or Crazy Eights or Old Maid or Go Fish. There's so many card games. I bet you if you ask the adults in your home, they played card games when they were little with their families, and they can show you some of the card games that they played at home. And if we're going to play games, I don't know about you, but at my house, when we're playing games, game night is not complete unless we have a yummy snack to eat while we're playing. So I've included a pack of microwave popcorn. So all of you can make some popcorn, put it in a bowl, get your games out. And the neat thing about this is there's lots of different options here. So if you have a big family and everybody doesn't feel like playing the same game, 2 people can play checkers, 2 people can play Uno, a couple people can play the Rainbows and Rain, or you can all get together and play games together. So I would love to hear, this is one of my favorite activities and I'm really excited about this. And I would like to hear from you guys to tell me whether or not you've had a good time with this. And what is your favorite activity in this bag? Because there's lots of different options and you can play with it again and again and again. This is not just a one-time thing. You can play with this many times over. So please remember to leave a comment in the space below in the comment section and tell me which game was your favorite. I hope you guys have a fabulous March break. Have a wonderful family game night, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.